Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and glory to Raptoria as we play yet another city builder. Now, Kingdoms Reborn is a game you've seen a few times before on the channel, I'm sure, but there are new factions that have been added to this beautiful city builder that really reminds me a lot of Anno, but also a little bit of Banished, and has some interesting card-based aspects to it as well, with getting random buildings and having to place them, and it's actually been quite fun. So welcome aboard, good to see you here. There are new factions for the Vikings, and also a previously entered faction as well that appears to be some faction in the Middle East, and also a European faction from the original, that just generic European buildings. Some that appear Roman, some that appear French and British from different time periods, but it's all really a great game with different amounts of technology and ships and warfare, and it's multiplayer, and of course it's out now on Steam. It's been out for a while, but let's take a look at what's new. Go ahead and start ourselves a single-player game today here, and we'll start a fresh new game as we take our first look at the Norsemen. Yeah, check that out. So we have ourselves a little, oh god, a bear already made. Check this out. This faction has plus 20% cold resistance and wood cutting yield. Now, what we haven't seen from previous videos since we first did this is, of course, we have the Duchies, apparently a Dutch faction that specializes in research. The Emirates faction that is Masters of Trade, and the Norsemen, who are survivors of the North, with each of them having their own bonus, potato speed or whatever for the Dutch, and also carpet, spices, agave, and tequila for the Emirates. Now, these are all kind of an amalgamation of different actual civilizations and cultures and things like that, so it's all meant to be fun. But what's really cool is that you could literally have, like, for example, an Emirates faction with like a Norseman leading it, and you can change all sorts of different color palettes and logos, so you can really customize things to truly be your own as you play against friends and try to conquer the world with whatever empire you choose. From everyone, like, for example, we have what appears to be, what is that, Gustav Adolphus? Or, of course, we have ourselves, let's see, Bill Clinton, of course, and let's see, I believe that's one of the Beatles, and, oh, would you look at that, Mussolini, wow. Anyway, joke alert. So let's go with some of the Norsemen here. We'll go ahead and change our faction to be, I don't know, something blue and orange, or blue and yellowish, or something Sweden, something Denmark, maybe. Yeah, let's go with that. And let's see, we'll go with the bear, because I know you guys, you love the bears, but there's certainly tons of different logos which are somewhat historical logos and or just kind of made up just for fun, so whatever. All right, let's go with the Norsemen, and that should be it for our setup. Now, another great thing about this game is you can change the seeds and all the different parameters around a map as you'd like. So you can change the map size, sea level, moisture, temperature, make it as hard or as easy as you want for whatever faction you're specializing in. So we'll just kind of go middle of the road with 3 AI players. You can always randomize whatever you'd like, and then ask the world to be generated. And there you go. So all those can be adjusted before you start. Speaking of which, let's go. But thank you very much, everybody, for subscribing to the channel for more giveaways for this holiday season. If you haven't already, make sure you do sub and join our Discord, where I'm dropping keys for all sorts of other games all the time. Thank you very much for smashing the like button, hanging out, and becoming members. Glory to Raptoria down below in that comment section. Go, go, go! All right, let's go. And here we are, my Viking brothers and sisters. Glory to Raptoria. So, Kingdoms Reborn starts actually in the Dark Ages after a massive plague, like the Black Death or whatever you'd like to think of it. It basically is like the beginning of going medieval. And we work our way through the Dark Ages to what I believe they call the Middle Ages, or something along those lines, maybe the Enlightenment Age. And then there's another age as well. Forgive me, I forget exactly what they are. But basically, there's an early, mid, and late stage for all of the different factions that you can play as. And, of course, different technology to research in those eras. And different things that makes those factions stronger or weaker based on when you're kind of in that certain time frame. Think of it as like a Age of Empires, where certain units become available at certain times, and nations become more powerful as time passes, usually, especially with defenses and more mobility. Choose a starting location. All right, so now we're going to resettle these lands after the plague. The Great Freeze left civilization in ruin. Wow, not only did our people survive a great disease or a great, I guess, pandemic, but also an ice age of some sort. Few were strong enough to withstand the cold and plague that claimed the earth. Decades have passed since the frost took our lands, and and our courage and hope have returned with the melting of the ice. It falls to us, we surviving few, to rebuild a flourishing civilization. Cheers to a new beginning. Glory to Raptoria. Let's go. All right, typical WASD to look around and Q and E to rotate. But I do believe we can go to the Steam store page at any time and download custom-made maps. If you want to download something like Middle Earth or maybe perhaps the actual world map of Earth or something else from lore or other TV shows or whatnot, you can definitely do that. So that's pretty cool. Now, our faction will benefit a little bit better by starting near the snow. We're more hardy in surviving in that, so it looks like the AI has already picked one of their starting locations. Actually, all three. You can see here this kind of orange color, red, and another red color. I guess this is differentiate the two. We'll call this orange and that red. But anyway, regardless, let's go ahead and start somewhere in the north. We can already see our starting resources, things like coal and gold, and we also have fertile lands that give us a little bit of a bonus for farming, things like potato for the duchies, or things like agave and water and whatnot for the middle faction that now new, or newer, I should say. Not new as of today, but... Alright, well, we got a lot of great lands to settle. If we settle, I think we should do up here, and then maybe head over to this island for ourselves, because there's a lot of coal and a lot of iron there, and that would be great for waging wars. Wow, this looks like a weird version of New Zealand here. We've got some weird versions of, like, I'm like seeing Australia, kind of, like in the shape, like if it's smushed a few times. Japan. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and start on the mainland with the other three factions. This is a good starting location, and we got lots of gold, so that's good. So we'll start probably right around here, actually, and then we'll build our way towards the east and north. Beautiful lands here. Glory to Raptoria. Let's go. All right, unlock foreign relation tech to engage in diplomacy. Oh, this is like a group that might want to join us in the future, like a kind of an independent city-state or perhaps local tribe that we can possibly have them join us, and we'll want to team up. That'll be cool. Wow, you can actually see the temperatures here, 25 to 20 degrees Celsius, 25 below to 20, that's 13 to 68 Fahrenheit. Wow. Lots of stone here, and a base income of 26. That'll be a good start for us. Go ahead and begin. All right, our initial resources, we have orange, wood, medicine, stone tools, and stone construction to deal with. And our construction speed will be basically half. But a lot of good money, too. I believe it's for balancing purposes based on what kind of a map you get, just to make sure most players can kind of get a fair chance and balance things as best they can. All right, let's build our town hall. That'd be a good spot to put our longhouse right up here. Ooh, oh dear. Look at that deer up there. Go ahead and put that right here. There we go. And our starting card, investment, miner's fortune, or trading post. Well, we're going to start mining. I think it would be a great move to start immediately mining. Winter fishing or winter resistance. Let's go with food. Sure. We're close to the winter area, or really the tundra, so eventually we'll work our way up there. Would you like some guidance? Sure, go right ahead. This will give us some goals to work towards for today's video. So they want us to build a food producer to start with. So something like, for example, oranges or potatoes for other factions, or in this case, just a hunting or fishing lodge or a fruit gather in this case. We'll go with the fishing then. That's good. And we're going to buy some of these other ones. Tavern will be good. Immigration office is fantastic. All these are great cards. So essentially it's like we're kind of choosing what we want to build first, but we have to do it kind of like as a move. So we'll go ahead and go with those things and build our fishing lodge. Green section has to be out on the ocean, yeah, so we can build a road here. Beautiful little starting area. Let's put it right here. Oh, is that a bear den? Oh, of course. Nice try. Nice try, viewers. Try. All right, let's see. We'll put it right there. Good job. You've bought your first card. Thank you very much. So we can buy 2 cards per season or whatnot. And continue to expand upon that. All right, so now we've got Bearville started. 7 laborers and 3 builders. Let's go ahead and build a... see if we can actually see where we're placing these. Oh, here you see at the top there how many trees have been found for fruit. 2 down here. That's going to be kind of atrocious. More likely in a tropical setting to find fruit trees, but we can also plant some of these. That'll be all right. Let's use maybe our immigration office to get more people into the town. At least we can get it built. We don't necessarily have to have it used right away. And we're also going to set our policy on logging and mining. So we're going to go ahead and tell our people to gather only non-fruit trees for now. We don't want to cut down those fruit trees, even though there's barely any of them. But we will need to cut down trees. So now, we're A, clearing the land for construction, and B, gathering resources to do so. And we can also claim territory through either warfare or investments by paying for it, I guess, at the start. We will probably have to pay explorers to go there and pay somebody to settle and that kind of thing. So I think that's the thought. We settle new lands like that. And of course, the more and more we do it, the more and more expensive it is. Go ahead and build a tavern just to get something down. Okay. Alright, we've unlocked our first upgrade points, which can be used to upgrade buildings. And our population too. Let's go ahead and get started with houses. Now that we've got our tavern down and some food coming in and immigrants ready to come on in. Viking Department of, like, Internal Affairs. Internal Affairs. Oh, no. Okay, let's gather some stone here, too. There's quite a bit right over on this side, so we gather that. Now, if we can get a hunting lodge, that would be fantastic, so let's see what we've got. And indeed we do. Lucky us. Mushroom Farm, Pig Ranch, Stone Tool Shop, which is great, and another hunting lodge. Let's go with some of these initials. Actually, we should really buy all of these. With our cash, we've got 1,200, and it's going up, so let's go ahead and do a big purchase, because either we can build it here or where we want to settle next, maybe down here, 1,000 coin. But we got to set up an economy where we are now, and there we go, lots of deer. That's much more natural to our people. Deer hunting, good. And of course, also, is that a frickin' bear? I'm just gonna say it is. Oh boy. I couldn't get a good look at it, but I'm pretty sure it was a bear, even if it had antlers. Okay, let's go ahead and put down our hunting lodge. 30 wood for that. Stone tool shop. Put that down by the fishing dock. And we can build roads. Let's go ahead and show the tech tree now for all the things that we can unlock eventually. We have medicine, beekeepers, we can make mead, we can improve upon logistics by upgrading our roads. All the things that you'd want in a city builder like this survival city builder is here. Things to make more food, to research better technology, to help to train our people like schools, and then eventually doing global trade and printing presses. Things that you'd expect probably in like the late 1700s, maybe early 1800s. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and prioritize working, but we're getting some homes up first. Of course, it's kind of useless to build homes if everybody's dead, so food was a little bit more important, but now we can go ahead and start building beautiful houses. Hear that ticking? It's not a time bomb. It is time to build more stuff. All right, what are we going to do for roads? Dirt road here. We can kind of connect these this way. So if you play multiplayer with friends, everything goes on like the slowest setting, and then of course you can build up your forces and your city in order to trade and do things kind of through economics or diplomacy, or you can do things through the other version of diplomacy, which of course is full-scale invasion. I guess war is kind of a part of politics when all else has failed in some sort of way. It could be used as a weapon before weapons are used. Alright, let's continue to cut down trees. I think what we're going to go ahead and ask our people to do is cut down everything that is nearby the town at this point that we own. That'll be fine. Perfect. And more trees are being cut down. More houses are being built. Lots of buildings being built. Stone tools coming out of that Viking Stone Age. Now we have a forester that can regrow those. A quarry. That'll be perfect. These are all great. More fishing. Regrowing trees. We need money though. We could start with the charcoal burner, which would allow us to start processing iron, but we don't quite have that yet at the moment. Certainly do want to provide more food to our people, though that'll equal a lot of money. Stone tools and medicine are there, and wood is at 0. But with all the crazy construction we're doing, yeah, we're going to definitely want more food. We want to make sure our people don't get anywhere near close to starvation. Alright, so we're using up that section of the bay. Go ahead and try to make sure these don't cross as best we can. And let's go ahead and continue to cut down trees nearby. Now, when you're in a tropical setting, you certainly want to be a little bit more mindful of the trees. A lot of them will produce fruit, and that's going to be a major aspect for your city. But when you're in these types of terrains, when you're in the desert, it's going to be more about building buildings out of like stone because there's a lot less trees, and then of course as much farming as you can do around the oasis, wherever they may be. So good idea to try to both take a coastal place, so that way of course you can take advantage of the sea, but then also try to go inland so you can find fresh water, such as the denial here. Denial. All right, so one of our goals is to produce 500 fish. We're rocking with that one, and we are supposed to claim some more territory, which we'll do after we kind of buy some more stuff we kind of have already. In fact, we could maybe ask the neighbors to join us. Ooh, there's only a 756 base plus, oh, a minor city, so we got to pay a little fee on top of that to kind of, you know, convince them to join us through diplomacy. Hey, we're going to tell them we got the best fish, we got the best meat, we got all the best homes in town. Come on down to Raptor Town. Yeah, name that. That is cringe. I'm sure we can rename it. Yeah, Town Hall Level 1. We can upgrade all the buildings as they had mentioned, including the Town Hall. And a lot of that stuff is needed, upgrading the Town Hall, as it was in Farthest Frontier and other games such as... I don't know, do you feel like this is a Civ game? Honestly, I kind of feel like conquering these districts kind of reminds me of when you put down a city in Civ and you kind of get a territory around it. But yet, the city building reminds me a lot of Banished too, but all the things that we can trade are certainly Anno 1800. All the games that I played over the last few years are certainly being mirrored in these games, and it's great to get a different flavor. At this point in video games, we have chicken, beef, fish, and they can only be prepared so many ways. I mean, chicken is fantastic, and so is beef, but you can only make so many things out of steak and ground beef, and you know, chicken can, of course, you can have all sorts of spices, but you're still limited at a certain point. So it's great to see people trying to experiment and do different things, and I appreciate that one. I, for one, welcome our corporate overlord. All right, let's go ahead and build our pathway down here. We can build diagonal roads in this game, too. You don't have to just build, you know, 90-degree intersections, that kind of thing. No roundabouts, though, but, you know, at least there's that. All right, money's plummeting as people are coming in. We're filling up those houses and then eventually feeding everybody, and we'll get our first goal completed soon of feeding everyone and claiming our first territory, our first 2 goals. Let's take an overview at everybody around us. I guess since we haven't technically discovered everybody yet, we do kind of know where they started, but we haven't really, I guess we're not on the board yet, so this could be their starting money. They started a little bit. Oh, look at these beautiful homes. Damn, is that where Luke is? Better stop messing around with that land speeder. Moisture harvest is due soon. Oh, dear. Okay. Anyway, that's great. I'm glad that all these buildings look so dramatically different. So that is, of course, the kind of the Middle East settlement. And this, I believe, is the European settlement. No, this actually is probably more like our settlement. Boy, Viking desert over here. Oh, yes, of course, the traditional desert Vikings from days of yore. Yeah, they're the same as us. A little bit, so we'll have to find ourselves the Europeans if they're around there somewhere. We've found 2 factions. We're third. Did they, like, settle somewhere else? Here they are. Hopefully we got a full mix of European faction. I think so. Maybe so. Oh, did they go? Damn, everyone wants to be part of the Vikings. Look at all that meat. That reminds me of how big those steak cutlets are in Dawn of Man. That's some big-o meat. Big meat, brother. Gonna need a lot of Sweet Baby Rays for that. No. Dry rub is like. All right, so yeah, it looks like there's a lot of Viking factions that are going to battle it out. So interestingly enough, it's as if like the Vikings have wiped out all other factions in these days and are completely on their own, except for that other faction. But this will make for an interesting game. So let's see, Builder 0, Labor. Oh yeah, we need to build some of that stuff here. So let's see, winter fishing. Oh, at least we'll have a bonus for that. Winter is a-coming. Exactly, it is. I will say though that the UI here is a little. I would like to see something a little less clean and a little bit more, I don't know, artistic. For I do love a clean UI. I think these cards look fantastic, but over here it's kind of spreadsheety, and that's also totally fine. You can see everything in a clean. So that's all right. All right, I'm not seeing any homelessness here. Need to produce 500 fish. Can we increase the amount of people working here? We can upgrade the fishing tools. 15% efficiency. Let's go ahead and make sure we upgrade those. All right. So this is kind of like this is much more interesting to play as if it were like Civ with friends. I think that's the mindset you should have, except for in Civ, you kind of just add things to cities by clicking on them and waiting a few turns for a cornfield to finish, or a barracks, or a defensive wall. In this case, it's a good idea to build out your city for population physically, and then eventually go military or economy, something along those lines. Build houses then. Kind of like how the AI was designing things too. It looks like they gave the AI a very good capability of making decent cities and designing them quite nice. Fine, I don't really want any of this other stuff at the moment. Let's see, a wandering trader has arrived and they wish to buy goods you might have. Alright, let's go ahead and trade. I think we can go ahead and sell the medicine. 75 will do. Just for today's purposes of trying to buy some other territory, I think we'll do that. That's 75. Oh, I need to type in the negative. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll do 80. 80 is fine. Now, let's see. Wow, fee? Wait a minute. You're charging me a fee to buy stuff for me? What do you mean? What do you mean? Winter time is here. He's also buying meat for quite a high price, too. And we're going to start making our own stone tools. So let's sell maybe 80 of those as well. We'll come out with 2,500 on a Saint Laurent jacket. All right, let's go ahead and go with that. It looks like the trader can only buy up to 60 or 80 though, so I'm gonna have to put this down by 2 more. There we go, and we'll trade for that. Okay, so there's some limitations to trade, but those could increase based on how long we've been upgrading our trade post. But let's have the neighbors join us, and the neighboring city wishes to join us as well. Excellent. Choose your prize. Let's see. Frugal, passion, productivity. Let's go with productivity. Wait, job, happiness, and productivity. Wait a minute. That's better. I like that idea. Tribe people are now a part of the big family. Fantastic. Our other Viking brothers and sisters. Good. Now the quest is build 5 homes, to which we're kind of already doing that. Right, good. I wish they would have kept their city there, but now it's given us free reign to build like a fishing village up there if we want to, and our territory kind of grows. So now, yeah, everybody's about the same size, give or take a little bit. I think everybody's got 2 or maybe 3 small territories. Very good. Music's very lovely. Very, very lovely. This is not the type of game I've played multiplayer just yet, but I think this is something I really would like to play with some of my friends, and play it like you would Tropico 6. That's another way I'm thinking about this too, since it takes place in real time with actual construction and productivity of things that you could trade with the neighbors, and or go to war. Of course, that's the thing that lets you do that. Now again, remember, when we build houses here, we don't necessarily need a card to build the houses. We continue to build all day. As long as we have those resources, let's go ahead and go with more trees. There we go. That'll be good. More cards up for sale. Hunting lodge, fishing lodge. I think we're going to continue to produce those fish. We get a bonus for that anyway, so we may as well continue that. All right, let's go with another hunting, fishing lodge. I mean, down here, getting down to the edge. I'll do. Oh, wonderful! Yeah, rode right into the bear den. Fantastic. All right, let's see. What do we got? Upgradable town hall with just 500 coin. We're off by about 300 or so, but money's coming back up now that we got the economy started. And the trader will come around time and time again. I don't really think at the start we really want to be too positive, since we could be buying stuff and making the most investments to our city as we can. But eventually we want that number to come up. Right now we're kind of rookie numbers. We want to pump those numbers. Go over this way. There we go. Great. So yeah, I remember playing a lot of this game when it first came out, thinking it was really wonderful, but that it was lacking a lot of extra buildings and things like that. It just didn't have all the polish there, and that's certainly come out over time. And it really says something about a game when they add new factions for free. I like when they do that. Another great game, of course, is Northgard? Yeah, Northgard's always adding a ton of new factions all the time, and I think that's really great that they can do that. All right, we have some people here who are freezing. We gotta build ourselves some, I think some firewood cutters here. Go ahead and make everybody Building slot card must be inserted into a building with card slots. Okay. Make a building a little bit more productive here. Wow, this is nice. Upkeep of the tavern is 50. Yes, 0 though, but the service quality is 96. But I'm not sure if it needs any sort of thing to brew alcohol or whatnot. Let's see. Yeah, we got people dying from the cold now. So much for that ability to withstand the cold, huh? But I guess we just need more trees. Now, I like this. I'm starting to realize by playing this for the first time in a long time that this game is not as easy as you think. It does feel like Banished with trying to keep everybody alive, especially with disease and things. So it's Banished at the start, and then on top of that, someone asked us how to consider... Oh, will you allow cannibalism? Wait, what? Cannibalism? Plenty of food. Anyway, yeah, so... Yeah, I like how it's certainly challenging, and it takes a few playthroughs to get a hang of it, but that's why we're kind of doing this first look after a while, because I would like to live stream this game, and again, give away keys to all of you, so you could possibly join me. Happen to win, again, on Discord. Sure you join us. Alright, so, yeah, lots of wood going through. Now, lots of people coming back. We're just trying to complete the goals that they've given us to possibly see more. Quarry, fruit gatherer, fishing lodge, good stuff. There's our... Wow, it's already negative 11 Fahrenheit, 24°C. Crazy, negative 24°C. Population dipping a little bit, that's fine. We'll get some new volunteers, and these people are just leaving. They're not dying or anything like that, not at all. They're just on vacation. They went somewhere more warmer. Oh, wow, the entire... Never mind. Wow, even the desert gets completely covered in snow, too, permanently. It's not like there's a warm climate that's immune to the frost. So, all factions are going to have to prepare for that. But again, remember, at the setup screen, you can change the parameters to be whichever you'd like. So that's quite cool that you can make things more harsh or more easy based on maybe your map design or something along those lines. That's cool. Alright, well, hopefully we've got everybody working on... cutting down trees as quickly as they can for wood. I was looking for a building that was like a firewood cutter, but it just appears to be that everybody just cuts down trees and brings a log home to turn into firewood, so that's fine. Quest complete. Produce 500 fish. We did it! Excellent. First try. First try, yeah. Output inventory full at the old fishing lodge. That's good. That means we got plenty of fish stacked up. So meat, fish, pelts... No, that's berries. Oh, those look like berry pies or something. But you can see them in a basket there. Nice detail to things. Looking a lot like Banished there. And Farthest Frontier too. Alright, so it is now spring of year 1. Early spring, that is. So don't expect things to warm up too quickly. But at least the most loyal of our subjects are surviving and not dying to death. That is good. Okay, so... What else has grown during this time? Should we take a look at the neighbors? I'm afraid, to be honest. Hard to see their expansion. Now it looks like everybody hunkered down for the winter too. Buy one more territory, we should be pretty much in line with them. But certainly shows that in this game you got to get moving on certain things right away. So I'd say that cutting down a bunch of trees to clear the land first is top priority, and then start working on building buildings. But make sure that you don't use too much wood, otherwise... Going to be stun locked a little bit, which is totally fine. Simone! Oh, well, that's okay. It's raining now. Yeah, we've asked now for every tree on the block to be cut down. That's at least a non-fruit tree. I really don't know what kind of a fruit tree would grow up here. Maybe a berry bush or something. Lingonberry, blueberry, who knows? Cool thing. More gathering from the land would be good, but at least food is not a problem. We also have a lot. Wow, we have over almost like 600 food. Great. And we have upgrade points available. So I think we should do some research here as quickly as we can. What about homes? Can we upgrade them to be... okay, we can do stone installation for these homes. We can actually improve them like we would in Banished with stone rather than wood, so that way they last a lot longer. That's great. And we have our total town hall cost is going to be about 250 more than where we're at currently. That's good. So now Yeah, the ground is beginning to thaw, and we made it. Totally fine. Yeah. Look at our population number jump there, though. The first year, we had a lot of people moving in, so now the true, the hardiest of the survivors shall survive. Okay, go ahead and start with the focus of the town hall upgrade, so we'll try to make some cash this year. So thus, people will buy stuff from the markets, be a little bit more productive this year, buying those things. Storage too far. Now let's see. Oh, we have a wild card now. Cool. 3 immigrants wish to join the city. Sure. And let's go with more. Go with more passion. We want our people to be passionate. Super mega passion. Cooperative fishing. It's going to cost us though 200 to implement that policy. So not only can we buy cards that are of buildings, but also cards that are of bonuses. And that reminds me of Anno 1800 when you go to buy specialists from the, I don't know, like you try to pay somebody's prison bail or something in the prison, and you try to bring them in to then be a specialist at making advanced weapons or farming whiz or something like that to continuously grow a specific market. This allows you to do the same, probably for a limited time. I think it'll be permanent, but if it is, it's only to one building, so you have to kind of specialize each of your areas. All right, cool. Well, the winter is over. We got to get everyone on cutting down trees. So, yeah, 18 adults, 3 children. Good. Now we can go through the next one. All right. So, luckily, we've kind of taken a good lesson learned there. Other factions are doing what they might also need in order to grow. Gemstone mines are down here. Certainly reminds me of Anno 1404 with the mining of quartz. Have a few homes. That looks beautiful. They got a lot of great territory down there to build in. They're not really building in these wooded areas, so they must use another material. Howlin. Very nice. All right, we're at rookie numbers. We got to get those numbers up. Expenses are raising as we've got more and more buildings. Shut down a few, though. That produce target. Output storage full. We probably could build another storage down here. A storage yard. I believe they'll be stored outside in baskets. Build a 6x6. Okay. Cost us some wood. Well, the houses look great. We see well, look like a well, but a little fire there. We have Viking shields up on the home. We have traditional style houses too. Fantastic. Looks beautiful. Kind of reminds me of a few of the homes that we saw in Frozenheim. People think you are okay. I'm pretty sure. I'm good. Yeah, thank you. I am okay. I can do better though. But every day is a learning experience to do better. That music is lovely. What is this? Oh, it's just meat and pelts sitting there. Someone got bored and just went home. Oh boy. Alright, so we're going to build that. Get all these trees cut down. And I'm assuming the neighbors are probably doing the same too. Here. But it's grown too much. I think everybody's focused on balancing their budget or whatnot. Trying to make some money so they can buy territory and pay their workers too. Traders should come through soon. Let's see, we're actually going at speed 2 now. The sequel, the one with Willem Dafoe. But Keanu's still in it, so it's still good. But I don't think Sandra Bullock's in it. Maybe. Can't remember. Alright, so hopefully now that we're not dealing with the brutal winter, we can now focus a little bit more on getting more wood in storage for building homes. You can actually see like orange trees there. Oh, that's it. Orange trees all the way up this north? Up north there, bud? Ah, there's income from this. But when we mark the trees, Oh, I think I've been marking trees wood instead of non-fruit trees. I think we can deselect these, though. And that's fine. Not too big of a deal, though. I'd rather have the wood anyway. You can hear people rolling around. Love this music, too. I'm assuming that the music might be for... maybe each faction? I hope each faction gets their own music. Of course, they have their own, you know, art style for buildings and their own portraits, so I could only imagine. Hey, look at that. Population recovering at night. Numbers are up. There we go. Gotta turn around. If you're going to be competitive with friends, I suppose that you're going to have people messing with you, so you got to come back from, you know, people trying to hold you down. Damn, look at these Vikings go. Walking around with a full, like, pallet of wood. Crazy. Okay. Well, hopefully we have more storage there now. Okay. Preparing for a second year. So from here on out, we'll probably focus on trying to build ships and settle down the coast. It would be cool to build additional cities. I don't know if we can have connected or disconnected territories, but it would be really cool to be able to build like a colony somewhere else. We must be able to disconnect because at some point we'll have to build a port to settle islands. And of course, with all that iron ore and coal, good. Look at that. Look at that. Coastline. I like this. I used to think this game needed a little bit more something other to it, but it really does remind me of Banished at the same time. I don't know. I like when a game reminds me of all the other games that I played and enjoyed. It's cool when it all comes together. I think that's great. I do wish though that we could continuously see our stats as we zoom out. You kind of zoom into city level. I guess that kind of is related to the city that you're building. The city could eventually grow quite tremendously. All right, no more mistakes. We are now going to focus primarily on the preservation of wood and also getting our rookie numbers up here by increasing our town appeal and trying to get more people with homes. That'll give us a little bit more, hoping more taxes that they'll pay. Let's see, per home. Yeah. Oh, and they also generate science. That's cool. Bigger a city, the more powerful it can become for research and science, too. Wow, another year passing already? Way. Oh, the stone tool shop needs input now, so it needs stone. So we'll try to get that quarry then. But we'll need more money for that, so we can try to, I think, discard these cards. They might give us some money if we do that. Oh, yeah, we will get money for a pig ranch. These are some things that we're just not going to use at the moment. We can try to upgrade that town hall. So let's get rid of the fruit gatherers. And we might get rid of... oh, we actually have enough to upgrade the town hall, so let's just do that since it's objective. Regardless of whether or not it's a good or bad decision. Let's see. Productivity to gold mines and oil rigs, or... oh, yeah. Go with the extra wood yield. Fantastic. Assume 30% less input. That for the tool thing there, the stone tools. Alright, so now that we know we can also get money from gold, we can eventually creep this way, solve some of our money problems that way by just creeping over there and doing what we need. $100 to put that card in there in order to make more tools with less materials. We're going to continue to cut down trees. So now we want to go into the winter with quite a bit of wood. Happiness increasing. You can kind of see the previous year's happiness. Well, it was like below 70. Now it's back up to 78. Almost 80%. It'll bump around as, of course, food will be a little more or less diverse over time. But at least the city's attractiveness is good. Luxury is a little low. They want more things to make them happy. But the tavern certainly helped out. Kept stability throughout the winter. Take a look at the city. Is it? Oh, look at those seasons change. That's really nice. And the music, too. Oh, lovely. 11 laborers and 0 builders. We can go ahead and change those numbers if we wish. Storage space is taken. Hopefully we can build some sort of a storage barn. Need more money for those things there. I don't think we want a hunting lodge anymore. Go ahead and try to trade in cards for money. We're getting a little bit of a refund. Oh, we got the trader here now. 35 stone tools. Let's go ahead and keep those. Leather. Let's just go ahead and sell 80. Negative 80, which will give us 600. All right, cool. So now we can expand over to that gold mine. Getting closer. And we'll just need an extra 600 and something on top of that, so not too bad. Sustainability book. Yep. Hey, and money's coming in. All right. All right, another storage yard. Just add storage up to the top of the mountain here. Kind of nice, too. We're somewhat protected from this area, but eventually when we do our military attacks, we don't necessarily build military units that can physically be seen on the map, where you can see them moving through the woods. It's kind of more like you'll see trade routes and roads and things connected, and then you kind of issue the attacks to the city. They'll go straight there. Here comes the winter again. The season change. Very pretty. Very nice indeed. All right, so now we'll need a stone mine. That's going to be one of our basic resources. We could get a quarry here shortly, but I think we're going to buy more territory and then try to do gold mining to save our money problems so we can expand rapidly. You can see here some of the populations here, 25, 26, 23. The other cities are having trouble with their populations too. We're in the lead with 28 at least for population. That'll help us out as we try to expand. So that's good. Nothing says the others can't have a population boom, but they must have experienced some difficulty as well. I think. I can hear more tools being made. Well, not tools, but buildings being constructed. Yep. Storage area. Alright, you've reached a maximum of 5 cards. Wild card. Well, let's get the quarry then. We'll at least buy that. And wild card 2. Ooh. Because we've waited, we can now get things at random. So we have a much better choice to sort by agriculture, industry, services, or others. What about that immigration office? Where did we build that? Here. Upgrade immigration dream. Ah, that might be why we are we were able to snap back after being leveled off like that. Very nice. Go ahead and try to get better immigration policy and try to get more people into homes. Go. Maybe we can add some decorations or some things to attract more people to the city over time. But our goal, of course, is not just to build a city, but eventually an empire and a civilization at the same time. Kind of a little different there with different things that everybody might be interested in. All right, let's take a look at our tech tree now. Let's do more stuff towards foreign trade. Let's start trading furniture. Oh, IKEA, baby. Let's go with that IKEA. Would you like to buy a trading post card for 360? I would. Yes, I would. Oh, I have to say no thanks. I thought it would put us into debt, but the ability to trade IKEA furniture this early will put us miles ahead of the Danes. They're going to invent Lego soon. I suppose that's the other two factions, right? Norway, Sweden, Denmark. Sweden will export ABBA and IKEA. And the Danes will have their Lego. Norway, what do you got? Bread and fish. Go. Control the world's supply of bread and fish. Secretly, the whole time, it was Norway. We all fell for their elaborate ruse. Good times. I think this game is good times as well, and now our goal is to get up to 50 and then eventually expand and go even further. But to really see this game in action, join me for a live stream sometime soon, and possibly some giveaways for this one where you can join as well. So make sure you join the Discord. Short and sweet, but lots to see in a very short amount of time, and I like this game even more than I had before. It had my curiosity, I'll be honest, but now got my attention, and I hope it did for you too. Thank you everybody for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for being here for more Kingdoms Reborn. Take care, everybody. See you all next time in Beartown. Population 34.